The day before was just announced with a 5-minute gameplay trailer, and I noticed some things that I think we need to talk about. So, what is the day before? Well, the developer, Fntastic, has labeled it as an open-world survival MMO set in a deadly post-pandemic America that has been overrun by flesh-hungry zombies called the Infected. Survivors are killing each other for food, weapons, and cars to survive. You wake up alone in a world you no longer remember, and set out to find answers and the resources you need to survive. I mean, there's nothing special there, that's pretty much the outline for most other zombie survival games. First up, before I get into any of the questionable things that I've noticed, let's just go ahead and take a look at the trailer, so that those of you that haven't already seen it will better understand the things that I'm talking about. If you have already seen the trailer, feel free to skip ahead. I'll leave a chapter marker on the video so you can just jump to the end of the trailer.
Welcome to the short gameplay demonstration trailer for The Day Before, an upcoming open-world multiplayer survival game. The Day Before features a huge, stunningly detailed post-apocalyptic world destroyed by a terrible virus.
I'm running out of fuel.
Great, man. Awesome.
We'll look around here, I guess.
Shall we split up?
Yep.
I'll find out what's in the skyscraper.
Okay, and I'll look around here. Let's see what we have here. Alright. I have found a great cowboy hat. Tell her everything's alright. And there aren't any more guns in the valley.
Easy, cowboy.
Listen up. This is Woodbury Survivor Colony speaking. If you can hear this message, it means that we have opened our doors for new survivors. We can give you food and shelter and ensure your safety. Here are the coordinates.
Did you hear that?
Yep, I got a message too.
Great. Maybe I can sell my junk there and get myself a better rifle.
Let's find some fuel and go.
In the Survivor Colony, you can sell and buy any items, as well as cooperate with other players.
Christmas, my true love gave to me sweet French hands, two turtle doves, and a partridge.
In The Day Before, you can enter abandoned buildings and take whatever you want. The main thing is to be careful, because not all players are friendly.
Let's pick up some supplies and get out of here.
Let's check it out.
Oh shit. Got company. Could use some help now.
The things are about to get heated.
Over here. You bastard! Oh shit!
Dude, there's too many of them. I gotta go upstairs.
Okay, I'm running toward you.
The snowstorm is starting right now, and the temperature is falling fast. Remember that when you shoot and make unnecessary noise, it can attract unwanted guests even more terrifying than other players. The world of The Day Before is teeming with hungry hordes of bloodthirsty infected, ready to tear you to pieces.
Phew, that was close. You should have seen this shit.
It seems he dodged a bullet. Now he's crafting a bandage so he doesn't die from bleeding.
Hey, are you upstairs already? Shit.
Before, coming soon.
Okay, so god-awful scripted dialogue aside, it does look pretty good to me, like I am interested. But the problem is, it's hard to tell what the gameplay's actually going to be like because it is all scripted. You can't tell what the fighting's really going to be like because other players do not respond like that in that kind of situation. No group of players is going to run away from one solo dude, they're just going to bum rush him and kill him. I mean, it might seem like a silly thing in a trailer, but it doesn't show the actual gameplay. The driving mechanic attests to a larger world, which they have hinted at in a comment on Steam, stating that the day before features a huge detailed open world with a large city, towns, snow-capped mountains, rivers, and forests. Also, there will be a survival colony where you can talk to inhabitants, hang out with your friends and other players. They also state that the day before will revolutionize the stagnant MMO survival genre. Well, we'll see about that. So who are Fntastic? Well, I haven't heard of them before, but from a little search online, I found out that they are a Russian-based developer that work entirely remotely. So although they are based in Russia, all of their staff are spread out internationally. I found this pretty interesting, and I have to wonder how hard it would be to manage a project of this size like that. I mean, to me it kind of sounds like it's just a bunch of dudes in their bedroom making games, which there's nothing wrong with at all, like, you know, that's great. But the way they've worded it kind of makes it sound like something more impressive. I mean, I could be wrong, it's just my gut feeling. Speaking of projects, their website lists 2 others in addition to the day before. Radiant 1, which is a mobile game for iOS that seems to have received fairly good reviews, and the other is a low-poly survival game available on Steam that has received mixed reviews. This is their biggest project to date for them by far, and it's a big step up from their previous work. Whether this is cause for concern remains to be seen, and I'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. They say that as of this moment, it is a PvP focused game with AI controlled enemies. Whether or not these AI enemies are restricted to the infected only, or if there will be AI human enemies as well, remains a little unclear. But I'd assume that there would be in some respect. They say that although the game is PvP focused, there will be a lot of interesting activities for PvE lovers to do, although they haven't given any more specific information about what that might be. And in terms of a release date for the game, their official press kit states that it will be due for release in Q2 of 2021, which seems pretty optimistic to me. Okay, so now that all of that stuff's out the way, the first thing I have to say is that this game seems to be, I don't want to say copied, but let's say heavily inspired by other popular titles, and it seems to be putting out a lot of red flags online. The problem at this point is that so many developers have made promises that they have been unable to deliver on, that people have become a bit jaded and untrusting, and rightly so. Okay, so first up, the poster art for this game is something that's been done many times before, so that's probably why it feels very familiar. The fonts they've chosen, however, are something else, and they're pretty much identical to those used for The Last of Us. It could be argued that the title itself is very close to some other popular games. Straight away you think of DayZ, Days Gone. I mean, it could be that they're trying to keep along that theme and piggyback on the power of association to get more attention, but it kind of just feels unoriginal. So let's get into the screenshots. Now this is where things start to stink. If you look at this screenshot of the day before, it looks pretty awesome, right? Cool world design, nice character models, cool armors, but straight away I knew that I'd seen this before. Now look at this shot from the pre-release of The Division 1. It looks pretty similar, right? I mean, I spotted it straight away. I followed the development of The Division 1 like very closely. I spent a lot of hours in that game, so all of this trailer, it suddenly felt very familiar to me. The trailer is entirely scripted gameplay, something that makes me cringe, and I wish studios would stop doing it.
I have found a great cowboy hat. Tell her everything's alright. And there aren't any more guns in the valley.
Easy, cowboy.
If you do want to script it so that you know what's going to happen in the trailer, I mean, just do an outline and then let the players ad-lib some stuff, rather than having people voice ridiculously corny dialogue. Now, being entirely scripted gameplay is something that The Division 1 actually took some pretty heavy flack for at the time as well, but a lot of studios do that, so you can't really draw too many comparisons there. But as I already said about the screenshots, the world is so close to The Division 1 that it's a little ridiculous. But I mean, this is very, very heavily inspired. There are some differences, of course, like the looting and crafting seem different to The Division 1 in this game, but they seem to be heavily inspired by other games. I mean, they're not identical, but I do see elements of The Last of Us and DayZ in the way that they've done the loot and the crafting. Okay, so that's enough of that. Let's just look at the trailer on its own. Let's just forget all the other stuff, and for the sake of being thorough, just say that they got a little bit too overzealous in their burrowing. Although there are these red flags, they do already have a couple of, I don't know, relatively successful games behind them, so we can give them the benefit of the doubt at least a little bit. Overall, if you judge the game from the trailer and the screenshots alone, it does look like it could be very promising. They have made some very big promises though, and we all kind of know how that's been turning out recently, so it'll be interesting to see if they can deliver. However, when you do factor in all the red flags such as the borrowed assets and almost one-for-one similarities to other games, the question changes from will this be a good game to will this actually be a game? Really, it seems that only time will tell if this is going to be a legitimate game to look forward to, or if it's just going to be another kick in the guts for gamers. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already, comment down below anything else that you know about the game. What are your thoughts? What do you think about it? Are you looking forward to it? And yeah, that's all from me. I'll see you in the next one.